Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our Happy Friday show. Hi everybody, happy Friday, happy Black Friday. I hope all of you in the US had a great Thanksgiving yesterday, and maybe you're taking today off too. I hope so. I hope you're not running around going to stores. Yeah, online shopping is where it's at. But we had a great Thanksgiving. It was chill. I cooked for a few hours and then just relaxed. And of course, we have a celebratory cocktail because it is Friday. And this one is really pretty. It is called a coconut mango martini. Cheers, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, happy Friday. So yeah, it may not be like the typical holiday flavors, but it's got a typical holiday look because I just threw some pomegranate seeds in there. So what is in here? I actually found this bottle of mango rum on sale at the store, and of course, if I haven't tried something and it sounds interesting, especially if it's on sale, I'll try it. So there is mango rum, coconut rum, cream de coconut that I shake up with a little bit of lime juice and then strain it into a martini glass, and then I top it with just a little bit of soda. So I forgot to put the soda in the recipe, so I'll edit the image before I post it on Facebook, and then pour it into a pretty glass with the sugar rim and some pomegranate seeds. Makes it very festive for the holidays. And it's tasty, isn't it?
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very, very good.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Now, I hope you had something good to eat yesterday. We did. We had a spread. What was your favorite yesterday? The pumpkin bars?
Pumpkin bars for sure.
For sure. Mine was my vegan butternut squash nut loaf with mushroom gravy. Oh, I had some for lunch too. And there's still some, so I can have it for a few more days. I love it. Really, really love it. But
Facebook, YouTube.
yes, so if you're watching on Facebook, make sure you like our page. And then if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel, because then you will never miss a show. So we are here Fridays and Tuesdays almost every week. Since we've got the pandemic going on, we'll be here every week. And speaking of Black Friday, even though I don't have a typical Black Friday sale in the store, I started this past Tuesday with our PDF sale. So PDF patterns are all 20% off from until Monday. So through Cyber Monday, through Small Business Saturday, and of course Black Friday. So if you see a pattern that you may want as a PDF, check it out. Best way to get the deal is right now. And because we're on that topic of I've gotten a lot of you purchasing, we are actually donating the proceeds to our local food banks. So please help us out and so we can make a great donation after by the end of next week. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about if you're purchasing PDF patterns, and if you already have an account on gequiltdesigns.com, the easiest way so things don't get messed up and not going into your account is sign into your account before you make those purchases, because then automatically it will all get into the right account. What we've been experiencing is that a lot of people have 2 emails or 2 or 3 emails, and especially if you use PayPal to check out, some people have, and I'm guilty of this, I had this for the longest time, have your old email address connected to your PayPal account. But no, you can change that. So go to your PayPal and you can change your email. So you make sure you have all your same email everywhere. Some people have a separate email for their PayPal. So then when they purchase using PayPal and are not signed in, it will kind of get locked into that email. So just know that. So, and it's something that we can't change. We can't move things around for security reasons. So it's really good if you just sign in and get that all under the same account. Otherwise, you're just going to have 2 accounts, which is not a big deal, but just harder to remember. So thanks for being with us. I see a lot of folks checking in. We did go into work today it was a short day. It was really weird because we let everybody come later and we ended early, and I felt like I got there and was ready for my show in about an hour, but it went really fast. But we got all of our orders out, so if you ordered before Thanksgiving Thursday, your orders went out today. So that was exciting to get that done. We have a new title to add to Mr. Honey Producer. You've been Master Packer now for a couple of days.
I've been killing it.
Master Packer. He's been packing your orders, taping up those boxes and stuff. So sometimes it's all hands on deck on those kinds of days. But that was great. I hope you watched Tipsy Tuesday this week earlier. I posted a brand new tutorial to make our first out of 4 Advent projects, and this was our napkins. So easy self-binding napkins. I see some people have already been making napkins. They are really fun, really fast, and you can make such pretty napkins, either matching fabrics or mismatching. And I'm going to be making more of these. So I hope you enjoyed that. You can find this tutorial on YouTube. So it's its own video. And then to find the measurements and the little instruction sheet, which looks like this, you can download that. So you go to the website and you go to Shop Free Patterns, and it's right under there. So you put it in your cart just like any other pattern and go through the process. It's $0, but then it will become in your account and you can print it out and access it whenever you want. So very easy to do. I'd love to see some more of your napkins. Maybe we will get a little gallery going next week, next Friday. But great to see everybody. Bonnie's here from North Dakota. It's kind of a nice day here. The sun is shining. It hasn't been shining for a while, so that makes you kind of feel like it's really nice out. It's still kind of cold, but I'm enjoying having the sun out, so that is a beautiful thing. Another thing we talked about on Tuesday is our first quilt along from the new book, and that is going to be our Wanda. Wanda quilt along. Do you have that image to put up? Nope. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, I have the book. Okay. So we have, you can put the book up because that's the quilt on the cover. So that is the quilt I am doing the first quilt along. We have the dates. It's not going to start until mid-January. So next Tipsy, I'm going to talk a little more about fabrics, and then the following, so that you can kind of get ready, go through your stash, see whatever you want, whatever you got, so you can kind of figure that out if you need anything else. And of course, I'll be showing you, demonstrating with the stripology rulers, and I will show you, if you don't have stripology rulers, I will also show you how to do it with regular rulers. So I hope you're joining us. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be making Wanda with me in January, the first sew along of the new year. First quilt along. I need a little sip.
It's been a quick transition today.
Yes. We were kind of running late, last minute, always. And as you're trying to leave the office now, things pop up and I had to kind of take care of things. And so I was late running out the door.
Facebook changed some stuff too.
Yeah, Facebook actually was changing stuff. All of a sudden, my Facebook shop was not working this morning. So we were scrambling with that. There might be some still glitches in that. And was that hard when you were connecting here? Yeah, Facebook decided that Black Friday was a great time to shut down everybody's shops and make some changes.
Updates, you gotta
Yeah, you know, they gotta get those updates. So any questions? I thought we should take some questions on anything on like the napkins or anything like that. Are you seeing any questions pop up?
Everybody's talking about how sunny it is in several places.
It's sunny in several places, yes. I hope it's sunny where you are. It just makes all the difference, I feel like. For me, I live for the sun, so even though I'm not outside when it's cold, you just kind of stand by a window and put your face in the sun for a little bit. Get that vitamin D. That vitamin D. All right. People are making napkins. That's great. Yeah. Oh, I don't need to listen to myself, do I?
You ever make any cocktails with whiskey?
Oh, okay. So I am not a big fan of whiskey, so you probably have noticed that I don't use a whole lot of brown alcohols in my drinks. But I have done a little bit with bourbon, so which is kind of similar to whiskey. And then I do like some dark rums, so similar flavors. And so if you see any of those cocktails, you can always swap it out with whiskey if you prefer a whiskey. And that goes with most of my cocktails. If it calls for vodka and you don't drink vodka, but you prefer gin or whatever, you can swap it out. Clear liquids are usually easily swapped out, so rum can be swapped out for vodka or whatever else. I like vodka because it's a really kind of a clean spirit, doesn't add too much flavor, so you can kind of build on that flavor. But then sometimes you want that little depth, so tequila can do that, rum can do that, and then of course the gin has all those aromatics, so that really kind of builds on all the other flavors of what's in the drink. So, but you can swap it out. Actually, one of my favorites, which could be done with whiskey, one of my favorite cocktails, if I go somewhere, especially in the Caribbean, is a dark and stormy. They can make a really good dark and stormy there. And that's really just dark rum and ginger beer. And sometimes they add all kinds of other stuff to it. But it's a really simple, really kind of a deep flavor, good cocktail. Will you be getting more of the Circle Burst charcoal in the store? Yes, we have a big order of Circle Burst coming. They have not released it yet. They're waiting on a couple of SKUs, but we have a big order in, and so we should be getting that. So some of the Circle Bursts will also be available in the 3 yards. So we have it in the 1 yards, and we will be getting more in the 3 yards. There was a couple that they are unfortunately discontinuing. I think the cream one, which was a shame because it was great. I just hate to see these great basics, and when I really find a good basic, I hate to see them discontinue them because they can just be so good over and over again. Any other questions?
No questions yet.
No questions yet. That's good. Well, that's what it is. So we
just love technology, someone said.
Oh, and it seems like it's always when you really need to get something done fast, then the technology just will not work with you. It's just a given. So it just always happens. Seems like whenever we're last minute and you're not preparing in here, they have an update that we have to download.
Everybody's talking about their food, making me hungry.
Yeah, what was your favorite side? Oh, they're talking about their favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, my loaf is probably my favorite with the gravy, but other than that, I do love my bourbon glazed Brussels sprouts. When they're really fresh out of the oven, they're really good. What's your favorite side?
Sweet potato.
Sweet potatoes. They were good too. Very, very good. Will you get more of the black and whites? Yes, I have that on order. So the bundle that we just showed last week, that sold out really fast, but they're keeping it as a basic as of now. So they will maybe hopefully keep it in stock for a little bit. So we will be getting more. So we left it up in the store so you can always sign up for notification. If you click on that product and there's a little box that says notify me, you can just put your email in and you get notified when it's back in stock. Should we cut our yardage into 5-inch square for Wanda, or do we have other tips for cutting yardage? So for the blocks, yes, you can cut it into 5-inch squares. We do start with 5-inch squares. I mean, if you want to wait a little bit, until I talk about kind of coloration, that might be a good idea of how, what the combination of squares you would like for a balanced quilt and different looks. Then you might want to wait on that one. Would Daybreak be good for Wanda? Oh yeah, it will be gorgeous, I think. I think the key for Wanda, you can, we're going to talk about it more, but for the blocks, you can do it. Somebody's at our door because dog is going crazy. But you can do it a couple of different ways, and I do talk about it in the book. If you want it just 2 colors in the blocks, or if you want it to do more scrappy, then it's all based on what kind of fabrics you have, what kind of look you want, and that's something I will be talking about more next week and the following week. And then you want that background fabric to really stand out and really kind of isolate from everything else. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about some fun options for that accent fabric. As you may know, I've seen that plaid I used, that diagonal plaid that I used for the sashing. So it's the accent fabric. That one is just really makes the quilt for me. And so I'm going to give you some ideas and examples of great fabrics to use in that to get that same kind of movement that creates in my quilt. All right, any more questions? Oh, somebody's making Flare Fiesta paste. Friday Fiesta placemats. That's great. It's a great one. Really nice, fast. And then, of course, you don't want to miss Friday this Tuesday because I'm going to show you the next Fast and Furious Club project. Any fundraisers coming up for Christmas time? We are going to be, of course, donating to the food shelves. Unfortunately, and I'm kind of shattered about it because I can't bring my quilts to the homeless shelters this year because of COVID restrictions. But you know what? I am going to, my head is going and I'm thinking up some ways. So I may be selling some quilts to be able to donate. So just like I did last year, I had an auction for some of my small quilts, but I may just be selling some of the bigger ones if you want to take part in that. And then I will donate all the proceeds to the homeless shelters. Unfortunately, I can't go hand my quilts out this year, which is my favorite part. But you know what? I'm going to let that pile grow throughout the year and just have more to do next year. Are you going to be carrying Morrison Park by Pat Sloan? No, that was not a line we ordered, so unfortunately not. I believe it's already out. I think it's already released to stores. So usually I have to order fabric 6 months ahead. 6 months before they are actually at least 6 months, sometimes more, before they actually are in stores. So if you see something in a store and then there's usually no chance that I can order it anymore unless it's a basic. So that's how the fabric business works. So I have to really, and we've been upping our orders and you know, with everybody being so busy sewing, it's happening everywhere. So there's a real shortage of fabric sometimes. Will you share your butternut squash mushroom recipe? Yeah, so I'll share the nut loaf. I can put that in probably just in a blog post, or I'll put it in the crew, probably in the crew on Facebook. Fast and Furious, are you going to have kits for the next projects? Yes, we will have kits, and that's all coming on Tuesday. Tipsy Tuesday, we will reveal the second trimester. So those are projects we'll be doing in December, January, and February. And then we will have some kits for that. We will be having more kits of the February project later, but because I don't want to, we're still waiting on the fabrics to come in. But they will be there well in time for the February project to go live, but we just can't sell the quick kits right away. But we will probably, what we'll do, we'll put up a picture so that you can sign up for notifications for when it comes in.
Sorry, you can't hand out.
I know, I'm really sad about that, but you know, they don't allow anything like that, and it's just not a smart thing to do these days. So I'm gonna have to think of something else. All right, if you want to change the size on the napkins, we'll just changing the back 2 inches and changing the front by 2 inches work. Yes, so you need that 4-inch difference if you want that amount of binding, or you know, that amount to show on the front. So it's a very easy thing to do. Just go to 20-inch big piece, 16-inch small piece, and so on. Are you going to order Cottage Blue? Cottage Blue is already on order, and we're working on putting up some of those new collections that are coming kind of in the beginning of the new year into spring on pre-order. We're just working on all the images, so you'll be seeing that kind of pop up later in the month, into December mostly, but there's a lot more coming. Can you make a tab or file for recipes? So that files in our Facebook group. Was that a question from Facebook or YouTube?
Facebook.
No. Oh, it was Facebook. Yeah, so in our Facebook group, Gudrun's Quilt Crew, there is a tab that's called Files. There's all kinds of stuff in there. I think that's where we've put some recipes there. There's all kinds of stuff there, so check that out. So I'll put it there. Can I cut a 1/4 inch on the stripology ruler? Yes. You can. There is a chart and a video you can find under videos on the website, and then there's a bonus chart that you can print out all the increments. So it looks like this on the website, and go to bonus charts and templates, and you print this out, and this is all the instructions how to cut 1/4 inch. And there's a whole video that goes with it. Do you have instructions for queen size Aurora from Quilts of Iceland? No, I do not. There's only the one size in the book, and have not done a bigger size instructions. I don't know what that question pertained to. Will they be pre-ordered?
That's why I took it down.
Oh. I forget how to make a flower from the napkins. Oh yeah, we can do that fold again. We can do that. That's easy. Can we go to the overhead? So here's my napkin. And then you want to flip it over, and then you want to fold it into the center first, semi-even, and then you want to flip it over, and you want to do it again. Fold this in, so the points all go towards the center. So it looks like that. And then you just go behind on the corners, you go behind and pull this little flap out like that on all 4 sides. And it looks like a really pretty flower. You know what, I found I remembered this one candy that would look really good in the center, the Ferrero Rocher, the gold chocolate hazelnut, really good candies. So yeah, so you could put something in the center, or like I used this last time. You can put like a circle of greenery and maybe a big ornament that could be a part of the gift for each person or something. But this is how it looks on the table. You want to show it on the front? Oops, I messed it up. I'll show it on the front camera. So we'll look, it has a little height on the table like that, which I think is really cool. So pretty and simple. That's what we like. That's what we like. And of course, if you are an embroiderer, you can always embroider on the napkins too. So if you want them monogrammed or put like happy holidays on them, you can always, and I would embroider the fabric first before I would make the napkins. But that would be really easy to do, actually. It's one of my ideas, you know, there's all these ideas, but then there's maybe not always time to do it. Okay, Glenn is asking, are you going to release more single patterns from your books that are out of print? You know, usually I do that kind of by request. So I've pretty much done that with most of my quilts that have, you know, I've been asked for, or maybe quilt shops have done kits for. So I've been able to release those. And then sometimes I will have plans for some of them. And but if there's a certain one that you're really looking for, just let me know. Send us an email or a message, and I will definitely look into that. In your cocktail recipes, when you mention lime juice, do you use fresh or do you use the sweet bottled? Always fresh. I do use bottles in a pinch, so I always have a bottle of that real lime juice, but always fresh. That's just in a pinch when I don't have any limes, but I always use fresh limes. It's just, there's such a difference in using fresh juice. I got my Quilts of Iceland book this week. Love the Lupin quilt. Do you have a bundle that would work? Yeah, so actually we have a bundle that I created specifically for Lupin. It's called the Lupin bundle. So it's all these different shades of purples and those violets, purples and violets in one bundle. So check that out. It's called the Lupin bundle. Do you starch? Okay, I missed that one. It was so fast. Coming in late, pattern for the napkins. So the napkins are a tutorial on YouTube and then a free printout on the website under free patterns. Do you starch your quilts before you send them to the spa? I don't starch the whole quilt. So the only time, if I ever use starch or best press, which I hardly ever use full-on starch. I either just use best press or just a little bit of magic sizing. I always do that before you cut anything. So you treat your fabrics first. That's the first thing you do. And then I don't do it ever after that. So do not keep doing it throughout the quilting process, because if you keep wetting your blocks and pressing them, you can still get distortion. So you want to just do all the starching before you even cut. Can we expect more little patterns based on your new book, please? Oh yes, there are some in the works already. Hopefully early next year there will be new little patterns. Are your PDFs patterns are found in your books? So a lot of my PDFs are there's a printed single pattern and there's a PDF pattern. But then when I have sometimes done when there is a book that's out of print and discontinued, I have released some of the patterns as a PDF because I've just gotten requests for them. Sometimes I take those patterns and put them in another book that stays in print, like I did with, for example, the new book has a couple of patterns in there, Angler's Choice and Milky Way, that are both in the strip-on book, which has been out of print for about 6 years. So those two are carried on into another book. There was also 2 quilts that were in my Big Blocks book that are now in the Iceland book, so I just kind of keep them alive. And then sometimes I print them too, so they're available as printed pattern or PDF. For example, Teen Spirit and Steamy Windows, they were both in my Big Blocks book, and they are available as individual patterns now. All right, any more questions? I gotta have a drink. This is a tasty drink.
Can I get a refill?
I was just about to say, I'm gonna maybe have to make another one after this. A little bit later. But of course, we make sure you keep commenting, keep asking questions, because we have a live winner every show. So the more you comment, the better chance of winning. But do we have...
Which of your patterns will be good for a king size quilt?
Which pattern would be good for a king size quilt? Well, that is a really tough question because all of my patterns include multiple sizes. So you can pretty much, I would say 75% of my patterns include a king size. There's just a few patterns that you can't go to king. It's all based on the sizes of the blocks or the layouts or something like that. But yes, it's pretty much everyone. And then a lot of my patterns, as you know, don't have borders. So if you have a queen size sizing, you can always add a border and make it king. How long do I soak them? Ever try with lemons?
What?
I'm not sure what I'm soaking. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be soaking. So maybe this was an answer to somebody else's question or comment. Have you ever done quilting on your embroidery machine? Yes, I have. I have done just kind of smaller quilts, like a larger crib, small lap size. But the quilting in the hoop, it's you know, I've kind of tried it out a little bit. I've done about 3 or 4, so it's just a matter of having time. But yes, I have. Do you use flannel for binding on a flannel quilt? Usually, yes. I usually carry it through flannel top, binding, and backing when I'm doing a flannel quilt. Every once I have done a minky back on a flannel quilt, which was very heavy, but very cozy quilt. But yes, I do. Do you substitute green for purple in Bonnie's? Did I substitute green for purple? Was it the green I took out? I think I may have. Yeah, I think I did. So all of that, what I was doing, that fun fabric pull, you can find a blog post on this on the website. So go to the website and then under blog, it's not the newest blog post, but you can kind of scroll down and there are all of my pulls that I did when I was playing with color myself. That was fun. I want to make more imaginary quilts.
What size quilts do you make?
What size quilts? Oh, I usually, when I'm doing a pattern, I usually do lap size. And that is for a couple of reasons. It's because it's a nice size to show off the pattern if it's just a block pattern. And it's still small enough for me to travel with when I was traveling, of course. and you kind of can get through them faster, of course, than a big king size. But sometimes I am making it with ulterior motives in mind, so maybe thinking of gifting them. So I've made some twin sizes, like when my kids were all in high school and everybody and their friends were about to graduate. I made a bunch of twin size quilts because I always gave all their friends quilts for graduation so they could take it and use it on their college dorm room beds. So that was I was kind of on a streak with twin size quilts for a while. Do you starch 1 yard before cutting? Okay, that one disappeared too fast.
Oh, jeez, where'd it go?
1 yard before cutting, or
Just iron large piece.
oh, just a large piece. So I do. So if I'm doing a quilt that, for example, has a background fabric, I spray the whole thing if I feel like I need to do that with that fabric. And if I'm doing 10-inch squares, I spray the squares. So, but just know I don't do this always with every quilt. I do it probably about 20% of the time, and it's only if I'm doing something that's going to be a lot of diagonal bias to work with. If I'm cutting things apart and sewing back together, something that really needs to stay stable. But if I'm trimming it, I usually skip it. Where can we find the tree mat? Not seeing it in the shop. Oh, this one. This tree skirt is called Noel. So this was Fast and Furious Club season 1. So it was the November project for Fast and Furious Club season 1. So you have to go to shop under Fast and Furious season 1 and you'll see it. It'll either be a standalone, or if you want to explore doing another or buying a trimester, you can do that too. What fabric did you use for Wanda? I used Midnight Magic from Moda. And that line, we had bundles, and we sold through that really fast. But if you are wanting to do a similar look, there is a Midnight Magic 2 coming out next year. But you have to wait till, of course, summer or spring when all the Halloween fabrics come out. But it was called Midnight Magic. I keep seeing the placemats with the Santa hat. Where is that pattern? So that is our Fast and Furious Club season 2 November pattern. Do I have one somewhere? Nope, not within reach. So this is our club, our monthly club. Every month I do a pattern and then a video class. So you can purchase, it comes with a PDF pattern and a full video class. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, see, he knows his stuff, doesn't he? Here it is. So yes, you can purchase it individually, even though you didn't do the whole subscription. You can still join in the club and do the full 9 months, or you can do trimesters or purchase them individually. So this one was our November, and
what's the quilt on your right?
The quilt on my right. This one?
It's on your right.
This is Honey. This is Honey from the new book, but in a totally different colorway. I made this with a Daybreak fabric. And then behind me is Lucy, my Christmas Lucy. So I thought it was fun because they're both made from the same fabric line, so they kind of match. So I thought that was fun to have up. What book is Strippy Forest in? It is in my first mixology book, Stripology Mixology. The first book. It's the one with the green letters on the shelf. Okay, still one more question, and then I got to show them what's new. We got something brand new in the store that is that we got earlier, and it sold out really fast. Do you need to starch your 5-inch squares for Wanda? Yes, I would. I recommend it. If you have your book, obviously. I did for all the quilts that I did that with. I have a little line underneath the fabric requirements where I recommend giving your fabrics a little bit of best press or starch. So I did recommend that. And I talk about actually just the squares. You don't have to do it with a background, just your squares. Because we're going to be cutting them on the bias. The block ends up being a little bit on the bias. So you want to do that. Yes. Okay. Are we going to do the live winner first or show them the new stuff?
Live winner right here.
We got a live winner. Oh, Judy Clark. Congrats, Judy. You have won a $25 gift card to the GE store. And thank you so much for being here. If you send us a quick email or a message, we'll get that gift card to you right away. If you have shopped from us before, we actually do look you up and find you and just send it to you. So that is really great. But we have this brand new, well, it's not brand new. We got this in earlier. It was this summer, late summer. And this is a line called Apricot and Ash. And it's a beautiful colorway of, well, how I chose the bundle, I chose all the greens and the peach and this really nice charcoaly taupe. So let me show you. These are just really beautiful. Really nice print, and this is by Corey Yoder from Moda. So we have a really nice balance to this bundle too, because we have 4 taupes, and then we have 4 greens. So this one would be actually really gorgeous in Wanda too, because you could use all of those. You could do 9 patches with the gray, 9 patches with the pink. And then we have, well, it's more like a peach. It's an apricot color, not pink. So, and a nice diagonal. So this is Apricot and Ash. But with this line, there were also two panels, which are really beautiful. They're these, look like kind of Baltimore blocks. And so we have it on the gray background. And these guys are so nice. I believe I talked about, you could, cut those out and they could replace blocks. So I believe, let me measure them. I think they were about 8 inches finished. You could cut them. Yeah, I would cut them probably 8.5. So they finished like an 8-inch block. And you could, put in a quilt, replace some blocks just with this. You could frame the whole thing, just border it and quilt it if you want to have fun quilting. I thought these would be really cool to cut out, put a little border on it, and some really nice candle mat. You can do some fun quilting in it. And, candle mats or hot pads, anything like that. And we have it in both the charcoal and then also the white. So these are back in stock. And really beautiful. We sold out so fast out of this last time that I felt like I needed to bring it back. It's just such a nice springy, very classy colors, but still I just love that little vibe of these dark grayish taupes. It's just such a nice color without being too harsh with these other soft colors. So that's brand new. And then we have some new 3-yard packs. Like I said, I'll be bringing in fabrics that are very popular in 1 yards and using them in 3 yards. So we got Grunge Snow White that had been out for a while, and then the Deco Stitch by Art Gallery Fabrics is a really popular since we brought that in just a few weeks ago. And so now we have the reflection in the 3 yards, and we will be doing some more colors in the 3 yards from that line. I just think that's so cute, such a nice modern background. So these 2 are new in 1 yard. We also got a bunch of other grunges. So we're building our grunge inventory of 1 yards. We have lots of oranges and blues and things that kind of got restocked from the grunge. We're still waiting on the rest of our grunge, and then we'll be able to create our fat quarter pack with all of the grunges that we carry. So that's exciting. It's coming in, and we will keep piling it in, keep adding on. That's really fun. We have some more basics lines coming in. So what fabric line that is good for a boy to make Wanda in? Ooh, so many. It depends on what age boy. You can make it just kind of classic with basics, but I would think, one of my favorite fabric lines this for kids this year, and then we still have, is that outer space one. I really love that. We do have some stuff coming in. We have layer cakes of animal crackers, which is a really nice Moda line. So that could be for any gender, but because the colors are very kind of more primary. So we got the blue and the yellow, blue and the red and green, and so it's not really gender specific. What we use for background with this line, I probably would it would look great with white, but probably a little bit of off-white, so a little bit of a cream to it would look really great, but it still needs to be quite simple and quite I would say quiet, because the colors are so soft. But I think a nice off-white would be really great, or even a white on white to really make them stand out. What fabric are you using for Wanda? I haven't decided. I have too many options. I actually did bring home some Chardin de Lys, so I'm going to kind of play with that a little bit and see if that is going to be the winner. I think it might be. And then, you know, I have a couple other options. Do you have a chart for earlier patterns with difficulty levels? Love the chart in Mixology too. I don't, but that might be something fun to do in future Tipsy Tuesdays. We can kind of go through it, kind of read through our books, especially the first Mixology and the Iceland book and such. But you know what? That difficulty level, you know, even if it has 3 hatch marks, that just means it's kind of intermediate. And the only thing about it is that things need to match up, or there might be bias sides, or you might be doing a partial seam. And those things are all techniques that are very simple. So anybody could do it. And especially with, if I'm going to do a quilt along with it, you're going to be able to do it. So anything, even if it has 2 hatch marks, that's just, you know, confident beginners, you guys. So anybody can do it. None of my patterns are that hard. All right. Is that it for us? Anything else, or are we forgetting anything? We are forgetting a little special announcement. Just a little hint on something that's coming next week. I mean, it's a big week coming. We have Tipsy Tuesday, and we will, of course, have the second Advent project. So another tutorial for you for a quick, easy gift item or for yourself. And we also have the launch of Fast and Furious Club Trimester 3. You get to see the next 3 projects. You get to purchase the kits if you are interested in that. And what else?
Big party.
Big party. Yes. Well, party party during COVID is not really a thing. So we're going to talk more about this on Tuesday. But next Friday's show.
Don't tell him.
Next Friday's show will be a little bit later because we're going to have a party for you guys. For you. We're going to be live from the headquarters. And so we're not going to be live at 3. We're going to be live at 6. And there will be a celebration of the book release. So you get to see all the quilts. And there will be live music streamed to all of you. So we're inviting you to a party. Everybody gets to come to our grand opening book release. Happy Friday night. Happy Friday night. So 6 p.m. next Friday. Jot that down. You don't want to miss it. And I'm very excited. We'll just tell you all the details on Tuesday. So don't miss it. Don't miss it. That's it. I have some cocktail left. He doesn't.
I don't.
Sorry.
I don't have to talk. So.
It is delicious. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I have some sewing lined up. I'm excited. I'm going to get my Christmas tree up tonight, right? Right?
Yep.
That is going up tonight, and I'm going to finish my lovely cocktail and enjoy my weekend, and I hope you do too. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next week.